It was just another hot Tuesday morning in suburban Arizona when the package landed on my porch. I had been waiting for it for weeks, a shipment from the police academy containing my new uniform, badge, and the official welcome packet. After spending the last 6 months in brutal training, I had finally graduated and was preparing to begin my first assignment as a patrol officer. I was proud, excited, more than a little nervous. I lived in a quiet neighborhood run by one of those overbearing HOAs. It's the kind where grass height mattered more than kindness, and neighbors tattled like kids in a kindergarten classroom. And at the head of it all was Karen Myers, self-appointed queen of the HOA. She was known for nitpicking everything from paint colors to trash bins being left out 15 minutes too long. She wore big sunglasses like she was a movie star and had a Bluetooth headset glued to her ear like she was running the Pentagon. But her favorite hobby? Snooping on people's packages like a nosy raccoon? I didn't think much of it when I got the delivery notification. I was at the station for orientation that day, so I figured I'd pick up the package when I got home. Only it wasn't there. The box, clearly marked Police Academy official material, was nowhere to be seen. On my porch, my security cam showed the delivery guy leaving it at 9:02 a.m. And at 9:17 a.m., someone in a beige sweater, oversized sunglasses, and wide-brimmed sun hat snatched it and walked off like they owned the place, of course. Karen. I marched over to her. Front door, fuming. She had one of those fake live love signs next to the entrance, and a gnome holding a no trespassing sign on the porch. Classic Karen. I rang the bell. Twice she answered with a suspiciously sweet smile. "Oh, hello, dear. Can I help you?" "Hi, Karen. Did you by any chance take a package off my porch this morning?" Her smile flickered for a second, then returned like a forced pageant grin. "A package. Oh, I just saw a suspicious box there. No return label, nothing official looking. You can never be too careful these days. This could have been a bomb. It literally says Police Academy on the front," I replied, trying not to lose my temper. "And it had my name on it." "Well, I only did it for the safety of the neighborhood," she huffed. "We've had issues, you know. Packages go missing all the time. I just stored it for safekeeping." "Great, can I have it back?" "Fortunately, I think it may have already been misplaced. I left it on my kitchen counter, but my nephew was over this morning. He might have taken it by accident." "Karen," I said sharply, "I need that package. It has my badge, uniform, and credentials. That's federal property now." Her eyes widened for the briefest moment. Oh my. I had no idea it was that important. Maybe I should take a closer look inside before returning it. Just to verify, no, you don't open mail that isn't yours. That's a crime. Well, so is letting suspicious items linger. In the open, I was just being a good citizen. "Good citizen doesn't steal government property," I said, pulling out my phone and playing the footage of her lifting the package. Her smile melted completely. "Is that me?" she said with fake shock. "I can't even see clearly, dear. Everyone wears beige in this neighborhood. Your gnome's in the background?" She glared at me like I'd just insulted her dog. "Look, I'll make you a deal," she said, lowering her voice and glancing around. "Let's just say this was a misunderstanding. No need to make a federal case out of it, right? We'll drop the box off later tonight. I need it now," I said firmly. Karen crossed her arms. "Well, then you'll just have to call the police, won't you?" "I am the police." That was the moment she realized how badly she had messed up. Her mouth hung open for a second. You're... Oh, yes. And unless you want to be charged with mail theft, interfering with official materials, and obstruction, I suggest you return my package." "I just need a moment," she stammered. Backing inside and shutting the door, I waited 10 minutes 15. Then my phone buzzed. "A text from an unknown number? You'll regret messing with me. I'll never make it through your first week on the job. Watch your back, officer." No name, but the timing and tone were unmistakable. Karen had just made it personal, and this was no longer about a package. It was about something bigger. A power-hungry woman who thought the HOA rules were more powerful than the law, and she'd just declared war on the wrong person. Asterisk. That threatening message Karen sent me, I didn't reply. I didn't need to. because now I had a clear, personal motive and the legal power to act on it. I made one call. Not to 911, but to internal affairs. I wasn't looking to start drama. I wanted it on record. A report was filed immediately for mail theft, impersonation, and obstruction of official duties. I uploaded the footage, the stolen package, the confrontation, the text, everything. I wasn't just a rookie anymore. I was an officer with a case file that now had Karen Meyer's name written all over it. By the next morning, I was in uniform. It felt surreal slipping into it for the first time. The polished badge, the crisp navy blue material, a symbol of responsibility and accountability. I looked into the mirror and saw not just a cop, but someone who could finally push back against people like Karen who thought they were untouchable. I wasn't scheduled for street duty yet. It's just community liaison work. But I had an idea. Since my patrol area included my own HOA-covered neighborhood, I requested clearance to start making door-to-door introductions. Guess who I made sure was first on my list? Karen's front door opened slower this time, like it already knew guilt was waiting on the other side. When she saw me in full uniform, glinting in the sun, her face twisted into a tangled knot of disbelief, fear, and passive-aggressive hatred. "Oh, officer," she mumbled, voice brittle. "Good morning, Ms. Myers," I said calmly. "I'm assigned to this area now, just going around to meet residents. You might remember we had a little issue yesterday." Karen swallowed, eyes flicking to my badge. Yes, I meant to return your package." "I was just about too late for that now, ma'am. You didn't just take a box. You committed mail theft and threatened a law enforcement officer." Her face paled. "But since this is a first-time offense, and I'm new here," I continued, "I wanted to offer you an alternative." Karen straightened slightly, clearly hoping for a slap on the wrist. "Oh, a warning?" "No, community service. You've been HOA president for 3 years, correct?" "Of course. I run everything here." "Exactly. You'll be stepping down, effective immediately. You'll also write a public apology and agree to take a neighbor civics class that I'll personally assign." Her eyes widened. "That's extortion." "No, ma'am," I said, holding up the printed police report. "That's mercy. The charges are on file. But I've got discretion on how I follow up. If you decline, I'll let the county prosecutor handle it." Day. Love open and shut HOA crime cases. She looked like she might faint. "I suggest you decide quickly. I've already spoken to the board. Turns out they've been looking for an excuse to remove you." One of your neighbors sent in a 37-page complaint folder with photos. Karen didn't respond, just stared at the report like it was a death sentence. I stepped back. "I'll give you 24 hours. Think carefully." That night she resigned. Word spread fast. The HOA Facebook group blew up. Most comments were celebratory. Some were shocked. Few dared to defend her, but the evidence was overwhelming. No one wants a leader who steals government property and sends threatening texts, but Karen wasn't done. 3 days later, I spotted her in the neighborhood park, whispering to another HOA board member. Something was brewing. The next day I found out what it was. A letter was taped to my door, not from the police. From the HOA, the one she no longer officially ran. It accused me of abusing my power and intimidating a civilian. Karen was trying to manipulate the board from the shadows, pretending to be a victim. Bad move. I walked straight into the HOA emergency meeting that evening. In uniform, half the neighborhood was there, curious, gossiping. Karen sat off to the side, like some dethroned queen trying to make a comeback. "I see the accusations," I said as I addressed the room, "so let's clear the air. I have security footage of the theft, of the message she sent me. I have a documented police report." I offered her an alternative to being charged, and she accepted it. I passed out copies of the evidence packet. Silence fell over the room. Not here to bully anyone. I'm here to serve and protect, including my neighbors. But I won't let anyone hide behind HOA rules to break real laws. One of the board members stood up and said, "Honestly, we've been scared of her for years. You did what we couldn't." Another added, "She'll find my kid for chalk drawings. I still have the $25 citation." Laughter erupted. That was the end of Karen's influence. The board passed a new rule. No HOA member could serve after committing any civil or criminal offense involving a neighbor. Karen moved out 3 weeks later. Last I heard, she tried to join another HOA down the road, but someone leaked her name and record to the board. They rejected her immediately. Weeks passed. I settled into my role as officer and local favorite. Neighbors waved. Kids ran up to high-five me. People smiled when they saw me, not because of the badge, but because they knew me. And they knew I'd stand up for what's right. Karen's package stunt. It backfired in every way possible. She thought she could control a neighborhood. She didn't realize she was up against the law, and in the end, the uniform she stole, it became the very symbol of her downfall.